Another day in suburbia, same old script on the TV screen. Do you ever feel like you're just a walk-on in somebody else's dream? Hey! Wake up in the morning to the alarm clock live, billboards preaching gospel from the suits up high, chemtrails in the sky like graffiti from hell, while the radio's pumping out the stories they sell. Daddy's little war on the evening news, kids on pills cause the system's got the blues, living in a puppet show, strings tied to the bank. Another generation sinking in the tank. Warning signs flashing, but nobody reads. Plugged into the feed while the whole world plays. Oh, the world's a stage and we're the clowns. Conspiracy cities burning it down. Illuminati bastards hiding in the crowd, pulling all the strings while we scream out loud. Another cog in the machine gone rogue. Middle finger to the kings on their golden throne. The world's a stage, yeah, we know the deal. Time to smash the set and make it real. Flat earth tattoos on the trailer parkings, aliens on the payroll pulling everything. Tipped up like cattle in the checkout line. False flag fireworks every single time. Suburban rebellion in a cul-de-sac rage. Mom and dad asleep on the American stage. Echo in the mall where the zombies shop. Wake up, make this bullshit stop. Red alert sirens in the quiet night. They're coming for your mind, better put up a fight. Oh, the world's a stage and we're the clowns. Conspiracy cities burning it down. Illuminati bastards hiding in the crowd, pulling all the strings while we scream out loud. Another cog in the machine gone rogue. Middle finger to the kings on their golden throne. The world's a stage, yeah, we know the deal. Time to smash the set and make it real. Welcome to the breakdown of society, where the truth is treason and the freaks run free. No more holidays in the police daydream. Light the fuse, let me hear you scream. Oh, the world's a stage, tear the curtain down. Conspiracy cities coming for the crown. Illuminati running but they can't escape, with a warning shot on the mixtape. No more holidays in this fascist groove. Wake up motherfuckers, we got nothing to lose. The world's a stage and we're stealing the show. Burn it to the ground, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hello. I've got Shanta in the backstage right now. You guys know her links are in the description box. I do believe this is her third, maybe fourth time to the channel. For a little context, Shanta had sent me a message back when I had about 6,000 subs, and she had done a tarot card reading on me. And even though back then I was very critical of tarot and astrology and all that, she still kind of worked with me, and it was kind of unsolicited, but she sent me a notice. I don't remember if it was an email or if it was in one of our, because she was in from the very beginning of Archaix. She was in my chats, and I don't remember how she communicated it, but I remember distinctly her telling me that, hey, you better get ready because you are about to blow up. You're about to explode. Later on, she was invited to the channel, and she had blown my mind with some, pretty interesting predictions in my personal life that I refused to see. The cards told us exactly what was about to happen in my life. She did the reading on a live video right here on Archaix, and I didn't see it at the time. And I forced an interpretation that was other than what the cards were really showing. And the cards ended up being 100% accurate. You guys have seen that video. My life got turned upside down. 2-year relationship basically collapsed. And there was a lot of attachments with that. And that relationship had me connected to a lot of other souls and this individual really toxified those bonds. And I've had to let go a whole lot of people that had her energy. And you know what? I came out just fine, like I'm always going to do. But it was Shanta who did that reading, and it came to pass 100%. So she's back, and we're going to be looking a little bit into 2026. That's what we're going to do. If you really want to check out her channel and her website, the links are in the description box. She's a pretty interesting individual. She's looking at things from a whole nother perspective, and she's running the cards not only on predictions but on current events, and she uses the tarot system to separate fact from fiction and showing you what's BS out there in the field and what's not. So I'd like to introduce my friend Shanta, Mystical Fortunes, right here. How you doing?
Hey, Jason, thanks for having me on again. This is the third time.
Okay, it's the third time.
The second time I did the Q debrief, I taught you guys about where the origins of Q came from.
That's right.
Yeah.
I remember you. Well, we've bounced emails and stuff so far. I lose track, but
oh yeah, of course. I mean, you have so many guests on. I've only got a small bandwidth myself, so I totally get that.
Yeah, man. So I'm pretty excited about this. So just for some context, we're just barely moving you into 2026. So I know a lot of predictions videos have already come out about 2026 all over the field, and I need you to understand that 2026 hasn't even got here yet. By almost every species of analysis for every calendrical system of the old world, 2026 really doesn't begin till mid to late February, and in some systems not till the vernal equinox. Most of the ancient calendars did not have January and February as the beginning of the year. Matter of fact, none of them did. It was always the very end of the year. So I haven't been in a hurry to do the predictions videos because most of the things that we're going to look at aren't really going to unfold till mid-February and later. So I just wanted to put that out there. So Shanta,
yes,
a little recap. I just want to know your opinion because I can't follow all the channels of all the people that interest me because I'm just so busy putting out my own material. But I know you've looked into these things. So 5 and 6 years ago, I took a lot of criticism because I was predicting things that nobody could see. They just couldn't see it in the field. And even though Trump had been ousted from office, I kept releasing Trump videos. And I was never in the Q. I was critical of Q. I was critical of the Patriot Pacification Program and all these guys, but I was seeing Trump in the field as being a major player in future American politics. So I kept on putting these predictions out. And I said, and even though the Democrats and the socialists were in absolute iron fist control of Washington, D.C., I was releasing prediction videos saying just the opposite. I said, guys, you got to wait. We're on a 4-year program called the Olympiads. And this is what the elite are operating on. It's a playbook. And I'm telling you now, Trump isn't going to be involved in future politics. I don't know if he's going to be president again, but he's going to be involved. And there's going to be a controlled collapse of the Democratic Party. And it's going to be very noticeable how they take the Democrats down systematically, even having Democrats turn on other Democrats. And at the same time, there's going to be an emergent Christian Reich. It's going to rise up. It's going to be a politicized Christianity. And all this has come to pass. But also said that there's going to be rising anti-Semitism. And this was unheard of in 2019 and 2020. When I was releasing these videos, you couldn't be critical or you got your channel axed. But it came to pass. And then what did your cards show you back then that, because I know you were running cards on a bunch of my predictions back then, and we were bouncing information back and forth. Did you see a lot of these unfolding scenarios? Because, I mean, there's been a total Christian takeover with the Charlie Kirk. The whole Charlie Kirk deal the Christian Reich totally jacked his whole community. So what have you seen in the cards on those 3 major scenarios there over the past 3, 4, 5 years?
Yes, I absolutely said Trump would be back. I called that the 2020 election was stolen. I said he would be back. Many times when he was in whatever charges they came up with, I'd read and go, no, he'll be dismissed, be dismissed. I have read on and predicted and agree with you about the rise of the not only Christianity, traditional. We're going to go back to traditional marriages where mom stays at home and dad works. And the only way that's going to be possible is if they reduce taxes, which Trump is now talking that he's doing. But no, I agreed with you the whole time. And I remember taking flack when he lost. I also read on that he was not responsible for January 6th. I took a lot of flack for that. Like, you should
Right.
see my block list for the people who have TDS. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But,
Was that
but
Trump
yeah,
derangement syndrome?
yeah. But I agree with you. The cards showed you're absolutely right, and also with the destruction of the Dems is part and part with the rise of Christianity and people going more over to a conservative value. They've seen what the destruction of the dams are, and their eyes are finally being opened to reality. Like, they were living in this dream world that, love and light. Everybody just light a candle and make a poster, and everyone's gonna love you. And no, I agreed with you in all your readings. And I remember you taking some flack about predicting Trump was coming back. Now, for future, I predict, actually, I did, when Trump got inaugurated, I did a 4-year, and I said Trump will actually only make it 2 years, and by the third year, JD Vance will be president. I'm not claiming he's dying. I think he's going to have health issues. But I also predicted by year 3, it's going to be the golden years are going to start. And I know you've predicted that as well, up until 32, is it?
Yep.
You're saying it's the golden years. It's going to start
Yes,
in Trump's third year.
absolutely.
And I agree he's going to be in the background. I think he's going to help JD Vance become president officially in the next election. That's what I've called so far.
Yeah, that's also a 5-year-old. 5 years ago, I was
Yeah.
also predicting that the economy of the United States is going to resurrect like no one's business, and I even got very specific. I said who I named Trump back then, even though Trump had just got kicked out of office. Oh, I named Trump, and I even did a video that itemized. I said, listen, according to the calendrics, Trump is going to initiate a trade war, and he's going to win. And
Yeah.
this trade war is going to bolster the economy, and Trump is going to find out that trillions of dollars of America is being siphoned away to all these foreign governments and foreign entities and all these corporations, and he's going to put a stop to that. And suddenly, overnight, the United States is going to find out that it is extremely wealthy when it stops siphoning all its economy internationally. And
Right.
and that the American people are going to benefit. It's going to be, I even said it's going to become a very polarized society. It's going to be ultra conservative Christian on one side, and it's going to be hedonistic AI controlled on the other, where pleasure is the key. It's going to be a Sodom and Gomorrah type society. It's going to last all the way to 2040, but it's going to be spearheaded around 2028 with the economy beginning to recover after a major shock in 2026. So these are all things that I've said in the past, and I'm still on board with it, because I see that the entire 2040 episode, the whole entire Return of the Phoenix and what it does and what it represents throughout history would have no meaning if the whole world has already tumbled down and spiraled down and everything's out of control. It only has meaning if everything's going just fine and everything, then the 2040 event becomes an event, something that's like almost apocalyptic. So
Good point.
I have something I want you to run the cards on.
All right. Before we get started, though, I want to show you something, because we're talking about calendar in 2026. I want to show you how succinct tarot is. So on December 21st, we started in Capricorn season, which is the Devil card in tarot. Now, the Devil card is, if you notice, it's addictions that you have. It's things, it's your ego, you're smoking, you're drinking, you're overeating, gluttony, whatever. But if you look on the devil card, look at the chains are loosely around their necks, and they can easily lift them off and be unchained from this addiction, no problem, but they choose not to. And isn't that interesting? Every January, what do we all have? Resolutions to stop smoking, to stop eating, to follow a budget. So look at the energy that the tarot is telling us about the Capricorn season, and look how it's reflected in society that way, that we all have these chains around us. And for some reason during Capricorn season in January, we want to release ourselves. And then halfway, oh, well, I think it's January 19th, we become Aquarius. And by then we're all done with our resolutions. We're all sick of them and we don't follow them anymore. Look at dry January. So anyways, I wanted show you that. And another thing I wanted to show you about the tarot is the swords, which is our thoughts and words, right? Swords are words, starts on December 21st. Swords are representative of winter. And what is winter? Well, winter, you freeze up, you stay still. What is Mother Nature showing us? Rest, relax. It's dark, sleep, relax. But start planning with your head. You cannot just start spring, May 21st, and go, oh, here's my garden. No, you need some planning beforehand. It's like, well, we're going to plant wheat here. We're going to plant apples here. And right, you plan. Everything needs a plan. Everything needs a blueprint. So that's what winter is, this sword. You're supposed to spend winter thinking about things and planning things and preparing, because once spring comes, you better be busy. So you better have everything in place. So I just wanted to show you that tarot really does reflect our life. If you look at it, it'll show you how to proceed throughout the year.
It's all very intriguing. I like your doily.
Oh, thank you. One of my viewers in Australia sent it to me. She made it for me. Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, Australians are awesome. I have found them to be a very, very staunch-minded people. Australians and New Zealanders. Let me explain. If the Australians and the Kiwis love you, man, they love you unconditionally. But man, if they hate you with their entire being.
Yeah.
Golly, there's no middle ground with Australians and Kiwis, man. I don't know why they might be that Southern Hemisphere thing.
Yeah, I hate wishy-washy people. Just tell me, where do you stand? And then I know where I can stand beside you or away from you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got a huge community in Australia and New Zealand, and they're well connected with each other, and they're all in the underground, and we chop it up in the underground. But man, let me tell you something, man, these people are so polarizing.
Yeah,
I laugh about it. So, just for clarity, it is my tradition every January to do a predictions video with a guest. You remember last year and the year before, it was Waters Above Crypto. And, and a couple years ago, Logan of Decode Your Reality. And you in the past, you and I did one on something, didn't we?
Yeah.
We just did, general. But this year is with you to do a general, just let's see what 2026 is about. However, my community also knows that I am a glutton for detail and minutia. So here in the next 4 or 5 days, I will be doing an official Calendrix predictions video. But that's in the future. That's 4 or 5 days in the future. This one right here, we're going to see what the cards have to say about some of the things that I've uncovered.
All right. Let's give her.
So we're going to start off really easy. And you made a comment a few minutes ago. I didn't want to interrupt you because of your flow, but it has everything to do. You mentioned that in the West, you're basically referring to the West, but in the West, there's going to be a return to the more conventional, family situation where the man goes out and works, and the woman has leisure time, not just to do house chores and all that, but there's all kinds of things to do at home, and hobbies, and even business opportunities and all that. We're going to go back to well, I want to clarify a little bit of that. It's not just from a religious conservative point. That situation is being deliberately planned, and they're going to use AI, and they're already using AI to replace the workforce. This is going to automatically keep people at home. So I want to run the cards on 2026 because it's becoming exponential. What happened in 2024 opened the floodgates. 2025, we saw AI take over the publishing industry, with people being able to produce volumes of books in just minutes. They can just harvest a dozen manuscripts that are already published online, run them through ChatGPT-4, run them together, then run them through another AI editor, and then an AI publisher, put AI imagery with it, publish it as a book, and in less than a day, a man can become a published author. This is how easy it is now. AI has ruined the publishing industry. AI has ruined the music industry. Look at all my music. If you don't get on board, you get left behind. So
Right.
AI has ruined the image. All these artists that make their living just making images. Yeah, well, I mean, AI can do it all even better now. So what I want you to run the cards on is, we already know AI is going to just take over all these industries. It already has. So I want to know, do you think that there's any traction to the rumors that legislation is being written up right now? Because this is what I've heard. Legislation is being written up right now where real humans who are creators of online things are going to be given special online designators where people will know, okay, this is a real human. This is authentic. This isn't AI. There's going to be legislation soon passed that's going to be enforced worldwide, starting in 2026, that they're going to make it enforceable, that you will know if somebody is AI or if somebody is a real human.
All right. So almost like a digital ID then.
Yes, it goes in tandem with the digital ID deals.
Okay. You know who else is going to be out of work is OnlyFans girls. Have you seen some of those AI girls?
No, I haven't. Listen, I'm so busy that I don't even have time to go meet real girls right now.
But no, I'm serious. The OnlyFans girls are starting to scramble because AI is now getting that good that you can't tell if that's a real girl or an AI girl. I'm not kidding you. There were some examples.
It's not going to. Yeah, a scenario like that. A scenario like that is only going to increase the rise of prostitution prosecutions, because that's not going to stop. That's not going to stop their trade. It's going to stop their venue. If they can't do it online anymore because they can't make money because competition's over, it's like new YouTubers. New YouTubers are really struggling because they're not just against humans anymore. They're against all this AI now too. So and YouTube loves it. YouTube loves the AI channels because they get 100% of the proceeds all on the advertising.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get started. Let's find out. Is there going to be a worldwide, let's call it the mark of the beast? Because you think about it, human beings are beasts, really. We're animals. So is this the mark of the beast?
All right, let's do it.
Well, it is in the works. It is. Patience. They have done something and they're putting it out there. They might be testing it already and they're waiting for all the results to come in. But this tells me something is definitely in the works. Oh, yeah, there's the contract. There it is. The Queen of Swords is the contract lady. Anything legal. So there it is. Yeah. And it's going to be bad news for a lot of people. It's going to be surprising bad news for a lot of people. I'm thinking it's going to be bad news for the people who don't want digital ID, and it's also going to be bad news for the people who are AI.
Yeah, the people who are making a killing.
Yeah.
I personally, I was just made privy to a guy. I don't know how true it is, but this guy quit college because he knew his degree was going to do nothing. And all he does is create AI channels for BitChute, for Odyssey, for YouTube. Everything is fake. Everything is stolen from other people. Everything is run through shit. And this dude's a multimillionaire now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, something has been decided. The Two of Swords in reverse is a decision has been made. And because the Two of Swords upright, you have to put down one sword to take off your blindfold. And when you put down that one sword, that decision has been put down. So when it's in reverse, you've put down, you have made a decision and there's no going back. Wheel of Fortune, you're right. A lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. So I think, I can't see, are all those cards in the screen?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, you know what? Hold on. I need to do something. I can go in here and make you, let me figure this out here.
No, as long as you can see them and I'm not like off the screen, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so yes, they are figuring out how to do this legally. They are figuring it out, and something will legally come down. Absolutely. The Queen of Swords is the Queen of Contracts.
Awesome.
And it's going to be, I don't think it's going to come across as something that's good. I think a lot of people are going to kick back and I think a lot of people are going to lose money. And I think there'll be something like, well, this is the beginning of digital ID. Knight of Pentacles. They're kind of watching and waiting right now. It's interesting because this knight is not moving, but he's got an offer here in hand. So he's waiting for the right moment to bring the offer forward. So that's exactly what they're doing. They're waiting. They're patiently waiting. They've put some stuff out. They put some feelers out. Perhaps they're testing it somewhere and they're just watching and waiting. You know what? It's going to be fantastic news for some people, and other people are going to be so upset. Well, obviously, who's going to be upset? Well, not only the people who have AI, I think it's going to be something that people who don't want digital ID, who are real, are going to be upset about. But it's actually going to be really good. People will be.
I don't follow I used to, back when I was a Christian, the whole idea of digital idea 20 years ago when I was a Christian. Yeah, I always say, oh, that's mark of the beast, mark of the beast. But Shanta, all these people that are fearing digital ID and all that, you're already in the digital ID. Every single thing has to be confirmed on your phone. You're carrying around a supercomputer that literally watches everything you do. Even when you turn your phone off, it is still registering where you are in proximity to your phone, and it's recording everything. And people don't realize this thing here that they've slaved us to. This thing here it has apps running in the background that is recording every element and aspect of our lives. It already knows who we are, and we have to authenticate everything we do online. We're already well past the point of digital ID.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous. People who say I'm not doing it, and I'm just like, well, it's too late because you are. People don't think there's going to be something about the rollout, though, there's going to be some regrets, which is like anything that any government does. They never do it right the first time, and the way they roll it out, there's going to be some regrets. Yeah, there it comes. It's going to be, I want to almost say it's like the birth of a new internet. It's no longer the Wild West, like you say, where people can copy things. I think it's going to be the birth of a new internet. I think you're going to have to sign on with a digital ID. I think the people who are producing content are going to have to be approved with digital ID somehow. I mean, you can't even have a LinkedIn account without verifying it now. You have to send in your ID. So I think it's going to be like a brand new internet. There's going to be people who really fight it, and there's going to be people who really defend it. I think it's going to split the internet world. But there's the justice card. Yes, it's going to be law. It's going to be law.
going to be law. Wow, that's amazing reading right there.
Yeah, it's going to be law, but
Amazing.
we're going to have people fighting it. Of course, we have people fighting everything, right?
Yeah.
and it's going to be law. They'll
Well,
definitely be law.
I see that a lot of the negativity that's in those cards, I don't think hardly any of that's going to really affect true content creators on YouTube. It's going to affect those who are providing AI content. Now, YouTube, you have a channel, so I don't know if you keep up with with all the stuff, but the new 2026 terms of service for YouTube, they're cracking down. And they've already removed like 80,000 channels. They're cracking down on if it can be seen that the majority of your content is AI generated, they're just getting rid of the channels.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
No, that definitely. So if you look at this side, look at here it comes. They're testing it. It's going to be a brand new world on the internet, and it's going to be law. If you look at all the negative cards here with the loss of fortune, then this is the people who create AI content. They're going to be the ones. I want to go back. You mentioned something about writing a book. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jason, if I'm reading that, I can tell instantly it's AI. There's
Yeah.
no warmth, there's no human part to it at all. So I think, that's another thing. People are just going to get smarter and smarter and realize it's AI and not like buy the books or anything. But yeah, it's going to be law. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're just kind of figuring out how they're going to do it and then how they're going to present it. We might have to pay for it. We might have to.
It could. I mean, that's like everything else. I mean, what don't they tax? So
Yeah.
So I just don't see. I don't see YouTube being really affected by it negatively. I think it would improve YouTube. The reason I'm saying that is because YouTube in 2021 was purchased by Google.
Yeah.
So Google authenticates the accounts. Google knows who you are when you're on YouTube.
Yeah.
And periodically makes you verify who you are.
Yeah.
So, what I foresee is, like you mentioned, OnlyFans. Now, but I can see that this would hugely affect Odyssey, BitChute, Truth Social, GitHub, Reddit. Something like that, man. Usership, because like Reddit is known. 50% of the accounts on Reddit are all politicized bots that just brainwash you with a bunch of BS. Or like me, I tried to break out on Reddit. Reddit wasn't having it. I was spammed and attacked for everything conceivable when I started Reddit Archaix, and Reddit wasn't having it. I'm talking about that. I've never seen anything like it. I haven't gone back to Reddit, but Reddit's something else, and it's all AI controlled bots.
Well, everybody knows Reddit is the mouthpiece of the Dems. Like, good luck.
I didn't know. I just started. I was going to try and spread Archaix out to Reddit. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't going down. So that's a good reading, Shanta. I appreciate that. So I see this return to authenticity, like you said, this return to traditional values. I honestly think that 2021, 2022, 2023, 4, and 5, and the beginning of 2026 has literally sickened the human family with inauthentic accounts, fake imagery, fake history, fake presentations, fake people. And I think 2026, we're going to start seeing a hungering, or at least the pendulum's going to start swinging the other way for people gravitating only to the channels they think are the most authentic, whether they agree with those people or not. They're hungering more for authenticity than they are accuracy.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can even tell my channel that everyone loves when I laugh or I flub up, because they know you're real, right? I make a mistake or I'll say the wrong word, and man, they just love it. And because they know they're talking to listening to a real person who's, who messes up once in a while. I'm not perfect AI, and I never want to be perfect AI. So yeah, no, there's going to be big losses for people who are in AI and doing that.
Okay, are you ready for the next reading?
What's that? Sorry?
Are you ready for the next reading?
Yes, absolutely. Let's go.
So This one is not a prediction. It is what is actually unfolding right now, what the United States is involved in. And I'm going to give you my theory, and I want to see if the cards validate what it is I'm seeing.
Okay.
Okay. So years ago, there was a North American plan put into place geographically, and that plan involved a new political structure from Greenland all the way to Venezuela. So recently, the United States has invaded Venezuela, and there's a lot more going on behind the scenes with all that. But overall, no matter what is released politically as to why the United States spent special forces and drones and cyber attacks into Venezuela, and captured its so-called dictator, no matter what the official versions are, Venezuela is the most southern part of that North American Federation map that was created like 40 years ago. It was a dream. It was a dream political structure, like the United States was going to leave NATO and do something else. So they've secured Venezuela, and now the talk on the field right now is Greenland. Greenland's the last piece of the puzzle. If the United States gets Greenland, that map is fulfilled. Now, what I want you to do to read in the cards is the true reason behind this, because from May of 2039 to May of 2040, there's going to be a temporal shift. This is the Phoenix phenomenon. There will be a 30-degree shift where North America will move southward 30 degrees as Australia and China on the opposite side of the world move up 30 degrees. This is a cyclical phenomenon, but it's temporal in 2040, but it becomes permanent in 2046. Is this restructuring going down because Greenland after 2046 is going to be prime real estate? It's not livable right now, not by a large population, but if it moves 30 degrees down, it puts the Great Lakes close to the equator. And then Greenland, which is huge, is going to be prime real estate. I'm just wondering, what do the cards say about this idea and the true reason behind this political restructuring?
All right. So is Jason's theory about why the United States wants Greenland correct?
I'm not even scared if you hurt my feelings. This is an idea that came into my mind when I saw the new Technate of America map.
And you know what? Sometimes if tarot does clarify, no, you're on the wrong path, and you go, cool, I'll look elsewhere, right? Rather than waste a lot of time going on the same path. And,
Right.
and I also wanted to let you know, I call them projections because it's projection of what could happen if the current energies remain the same, right? All right.
Yeah.
Is
my volume better? Hold on just a second, Shanta. Somebody was complaining about my volume. I turned it up. Does my volume sound better to you guys? Yeah, they're saying my audio's fine. Go ahead, Shanta.
Okay. Oh, okay. You are definitely on the outside with this thinking. Also, this is interesting. This is the snow card, and Greenland is full of ice and snow. But these people are on the outside of the church, so they're the outside thinkers. So you're definitely on the outside of this thinking. Other people are definitely not agreeing with you on this. You don't have many people lined up behind you with this theory. Oh, but here we have the Fool. And look at this, more ice. I'm wondering if this is, the Fool is like fresh thinking and not giving a crap what other people think, which is this, this is you exactly. I'm not saying you're a fool. You go your own way, you follow your own path. And this is you with new, fresh ideas.
That's also the sun.
Yeah. The sun in this card represents your subconscious thinking, and your thinking that is in the field. And the little dog is your intuition. So
Oh,
what's your
wow.
intuition telling you? Right? Okay, so we have I'm almost thinking, Jason, though, you've got your mind made up about this, that you think that you have discovered it. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. That's interesting energy. She likes to travel. She's fun. She likes to laugh a lot. She's very loyal. Let's see. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be like an archetype as well. The Hermit in reverse. You are alone in this thinking. So that would start to tell me that it's like we were getting alone. Nobody's behind you. Your mind is kind of made up. It's kind of a something great to talk about and discuss. But I think you're alone in your thinking in this. And when you say you're alone in your thinking, that means you aren't on the right path. There's nobody else. If we had the big crowds going, then I'd say, wow, you figured out what they're doing, but you're alone in your thinking in this. Also, the Hermit in reverse, the Hermit is the sage. And when it's in reverse, it's almost like it's wrong thinking, almost.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, and the Magician here too. It's almost you're almost making it up, right? The Magician is manifesting things. It's almost like I'm feeling like on top of the Fool here is that you want to manifest this to be true. Let's keep going. Oh, the Emperor in reverse. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of sorry, Jason. There's a lot of stubbornness here. A lot that you've made up your mind. This is what it's about. But you are definitely alone in your thinking. If you look at these cards here, it's one man. So you are one man thinking, and that tells me there's nobody else thinking about this. So that tells me it's not in the field, and that's not why they.
So I get it. So I get it. Well, they are doing. I get what you're saying. They are doing it though, but they're doing it for an entirely different reason than I was suspecting.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Now here's I have to cover it up because YouTube will give you a spanking for having nudity on your channel. Crazy, hey? But anyways, they do. So anyways, there's a choice of two things that are going on in Greenland. They're actually haven't really quite decided what they want. They're going in it way too fast. The Knight of Wands is the bull in the china shop. So there's something going on here that there's two reasons why they want Greenland. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not for the reason that you think, oh yeah, the Chariot in reverse. Look at that. I'm going to tell you right now, Jason, you're a little bit off with that.
Oh,
Okay.
I can see it myself. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you're right. They do want Greenland for something. But they're going about it like a bull in a china shop because there's two reasons they want China.
Not China, Greenland.
Greenland. Sorry. See, that's me. I make mistakes. Yeah. Isn't that funny? I thought of, listen, when that happens, Jason, there's a reason. The field put that in my mind. I'm wondering if it is something to do with China, and I've just got goosebumps everywhere. I think it has
China. I don't know if China has anything to do with this, but we're going to be talking about China because this is the year of the fire horse. And Chinese history is very interesting every single time a fire horse year comes up.
And look at this, the fire horse. The Knight of Wands is fire, and there's the fire horse, and it's in reverse. This has something to do with China. And our prime minister in Canada right now is over in China making deals. So if Trump has Greenland and he has Alaska obviously already, and of course the United States, he's trapped Canada. And Canada is leaning hard into China right now. And I think that's why the universe doesn't accidentally put words into my head.
Right. That fire horse is really interesting. That fire horse is really interesting because it parallels Second Seal, which is a fiery horse.
And it's in reverse. That means it's a bad fire horse. It's a bull in a china shop. And I think they're kind of scrambling. I think they see what's happening. And there is a little bit. Here's the military card, right? You can tell that's a military.
Oh, I can't believe you said that.
Why?
I didn't know if I was going to mention it in this video. I didn't know we're going to be talking about this. The United States has been sending some covert op teams into Britain, and British
Yep.
channels have been reporting. Why are all these U.S. These guys aren't normal. These guys are your force recon. These are your deltas. Why are these guys all coming over here in these huge transport vehicles? They're coming with their stuff. They're Bradley, their little fighting vehicles. They're coming with all their divisional stuff, and it's not being reported in mainstream. And United States, for some reason, looks like they're about to do some North Atlantic operations, and the fact that everybody's so secretive about it, it might have something to do, because it's another reading I wanted. I wanted you to do a reading to see, is the United States about to militarily back a trade war?
All right, we can do that. Anyways, I'm going to tell you right now, it's kind of out of control. They don't really have a solid plan. Anyways, your theory is going to go nowhere. It's going to die on the vine. You're the only one who thinks that. And it might be a good theory, but it's not the main one why they want Greenland. I'm not saying that's the tilt isn't going to happen. I'm just saying that's not.
Oh yeah, well, I understand the cards have nothing to do with the Phoenix phenomenon. They have with my idea of this North American political structure, are they preparing for it? And your cards say no, it has something to do with something else.
Yeah. The military's scrambling right now. It's in reverse. They're out, like, they don't know, the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, right? Because there's two here.
This is what's being reported. Military action, and they're not broadcasting it. People are just seeing it.
Yeah. All right. So there you go.
Yeah,
you want to explore that further, or was that a good answer?
Oh, no, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
You stop me from doing a whole bunch of research and trying to do a video about it. Now, let's see. So I am very interested. I'm very interested to know. I want to see what the cards convey about this scenario here. So the United States has invaded Venezuela. This critically harms China's ability to get oil cheap.
Yes.
It's not China's only source. China's not dumb. They've got multiple sources, but it's a huge cutoff because now America is in control of Venezuelan oil.
Right.
So I want to know if the events in Venezuela are attached to, in 2026, and a trade war where the subject of focus is going to be like oil and container ship barges, and if those are going to actually be seized in military operations.
All right. So in other words, that's kind of like a big fly in the ointment of the shipping and the oil world right now is shutting down Venezuela. Okay. So
well, not only that, but the guys that are reporting about the U.S. forces, these are forces that are trained to do the ship type stuff. These are forces that are trained to detain or destroy things on the water. These are or to take. These aren't your average guys.
All right, let's check it out.
I'm seeing. Basically what I'm asking is 2026 trade war between United States and China. United States is going to win, and is it going to involve these container ships and these oil barges?
Well, I'm telling you right now, something's been released from the binds that held it. Something has been released. Let's find out what it is. I think here the Three of Pentacles in reverse is procrastination, but in this scenario, this tells me that they have disrupted some kind of plan. Is this BRICS they disrupted? Oh, look at that. The Fool. You can't make this up. Look at that in the middle again. Okay. I think, just let me finish this. Okay. I think, yes, I think you are right. I don't see any military here, but I do see plans and ways and means that have been disrupted. And there's something here they're regretting. they may have not done it correctly, or I don't see any military here, and we really don't have any water, right? Now, what my eye goes to this card. This card is somebody who steals something in the middle of the night, which is what they took that Maduro, right? They took him in the middle of the night, but it's in reverse. Have they discovered that he wasn't the prize, right? Because there's big regrets. There's big regrets, and there's something went wrong with the plan. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah, we'll finally have a water sign, Queen of Cups. People are really upset. Something went wrong with the plan. Oh yeah, look at more. See, look at ships on the water in the background there.
Yeah,
and it's in reverse. Something went wrong with the plan. Wow, somebody's going to be fired over this. It even though like the big announcements and everything, they got this guy in the middle of the night or whatever, something is wrong. They didn't think things through. Holy smoke, 6 of Cups. Oh, and the Lovers again in reverse. I think they were pressured into getting something done immediately. I'm thinking that something started to unravel. We still don't have any military cards. We've got some water cards here, but something happened. Either some kind of high trust person went rogue. And it's interesting. Wow. It's interesting because Hegseth, is that how you say his name? The Department of War. And he was bragging about how tight everything was and how brave and gallant. And I mean, it was a great speech. But I thought, who are you talking to? Why do you have to tell people it was so tight? Right? You know, you always have to look at politicians and like that when they say that. And I thought,
a lot of times they're not talking to the people, even though it's broadcast to the people.
Yeah.
Their speeches are designed for foreign leaders to listen to.
I think somebody went rogue. And oh yeah, look at that. There's no military cards here at all, Jason.
Wow.
I think what happened was somebody went rogue and they had to act very quickly. And it was off plan. It was off plan. Because you think about it, what has happened since then? Nothing. Right? Oh,
you're right. Yeah. You're right. It's been real silent. It's like Epstein all over again.
Yeah. And this card here behind once. Oh, look at, there's the attack right there. Knight of Swords in reverse. Almost an assassination. Almost. Yeah. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. It did not work out. That's the working card. That's in reverse. It did not work. Oh, and the Devil in reverse. I got to cover that because there's boobies there too, and YouTube will spank you.
We love boobies.
Listen, the Devil in reverse. I'm telling you right now, somebody went rogue. Somebody almost flubbed this whole thing up, and they had to act very quick. This is the first military card we got, and it's the assassination. It's the attack, right? Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, it wasn't. Hey, and what happened in Venezuela was a surgical strike. I'm telling you, it was like stalking off super fast, going there, get the guy out, done over with. It wasn't even a real military invasion.
Yeah. So it didn't go to plan. I'm telling you that right now. So what happens when things don't go to plan? Now they got to scramble, but they're stuck with some things with this Devil in reverse that are undoable. You can't just put them back, right?
Uh-oh. You there, Shanta?
And there's been nothing since.
All right. Yeah.
So I don't think.
Would you repeat that last sentence because your audio went out?
Oh, that nothing has happened since we saw him in court. Now, when I did a reading on my channel about what's going on, I think they're going to trade him. I think they're going to use him as a trade for somebody. Is it in Iran? Are they going to trade him for the leader in Iran? I'm not kidding you. What the card said.
Okay, that is interesting. That's definitely interesting. All right, so that's all. Yeah, this is we're using the cards to look at something that already happened. I was just curious as to what this is going to develop into. But let's do another reading.
Well, you know what it's going to, they don't know what's, the cards are telling you they don't know what it's going to develop into because it went wrong. And now they're scrambling to figure out how it's going to go. Right.
I got you.
So, yeah, that's what, so the cards are saying they don't even know which direction it's going to go because it kind of went sideways.
Yeah, it's like somebody in the chat, who's that? Dark Neon Rays says he was switched out. They got the wrong guy. And they didn't probably realize it. It's like Saddam Hussein had like 4 or 5 lookalikes that were always around the country.
Exactly. And that could exactly be it because we have the devil in reverse here, which is lies. And that is, I think he's hit something. That's perfect time. That's exactly what happened.
Yep. They got the wrong guy.
And remember on the day they were showing him around, he had like 5 or 6 different outfits on and he was in a good mood. He was giving thumbs up. Was he an actor?
Yeah.
Did they realize they got the wrong guys? They aren't going to be horrible to him. Maybe they're going to trade him for the real guy. I don't know, but something.
When I saw all those pictures and all of that stuff, I remember thinking about that, and I thought Roman triumph, because that's what they did. The Romans humiliated their captors. It was called a triumph, and the Romans had a badass parade that went to a deep pit in the center of Rome, and they marched their captors, kings and queens and dictators and generals, whoever was captured, their families were marched. And the Romans were on either side throwing stuff at them, spitting at them, jeering them, and they would be marched all the way to the pit, and they were literally pushed into the pit in the middle of Rome.
Why, fun.
Yeah,
we need to do that. We need to bring that back, I think.
Yeah, the only problem with that, because listen, I'm all for guillotines. I'm all for capital punishment, and this is coming from an ex-con, because I was in prison with guys that I know I would never want to see on the streets, Shanta, ever. Some of these guys are effed up. So I'm all for it. But the problem is any time that capital punishment is allowed as a tool to curb criminal behavior, it's the wrong people that get decapitated. It's the wrong people who get hung. It becomes politicized, and then political parties use it to falsely accuse people and get rid of their detractors every time. Every time in history, this is what has happened.
That's true.
I mean, look at Robespierre. Look at Robespierre. He wired up the French Revolution. They hurry up and gathered his ass up and chopped his head off too. So, yeah. And this is after they got what they wanted from the man. So capital punishment. Joan of Arc is a good one too. Joan of Arc freed the French people from the English. Joan of Arc was very instrumental in all this. And you know what? The last thing the French did, once they'd secured their freedom from the English, the French burned Joan of Arc. What the hell? Yeah, man. What the hell? Okay, so let's get into something that's a little more harrowing.
Okay.
Instead of these little speculative Jason things, let's go to some stuff that's been in the field for a while. So I'm going to share my screen right now so you can get a really good image of what I'm talking about. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let me open up a window real quick. Have you seen the cover of The Economist World Ahead for 2026?
Yes, I did, and I did a reading on it. I know exactly what
you did. Well, I tell you what, that's exactly what we're about to do right now, then.
All right.
Okay, so there are several things I want to draw your attention to on The Economist, and this is really blurry. I don't like it, so I'm going to switch over to some clearer images.
Okay.
I do have clearer images that are blow-ups. So let me switch over to the clearer image.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to put the image on my phone so I can see what you're that would be clearer for me to look at.
Excellent. So, yeah. I'm going to, I have several blow-ups of these, but the very first blow-up that I need to draw to your attention is in the very center, the crossed daggers.
Yes, I see it.
So I want my community to see it. So I'm about to share. I shared the wrong image. I need to share a clearer image.
Look at the readings I've already done that had the cross daggers in it.
Well, that's the second seal imagery. This is small arms warfare, and it's basically between Muslims and Christians. And I don't think a lot of people know what that where that symbol really comes from. This isn't just thrown in there. This is very, very specific, even though it looks like two little cartoon swords. Let me explain. You see that pretty good right there?
Yeah, I've got it on my phone. I can see it perfect.
Okay, this is the center. Now, this is absolutely connected to the imagery of the Muslim Brotherhood.
Yes.
Have you seen their symbols?
Yes. Very
you
well.
Have? Oh, okay, cool. Let me show you Muslim Brotherhood symbols then. Well, let me show my community these symbols. I can't stand the way this does. Oh, you know what? I can probably just open them all up. If I open them all up, it'll give me a choice to just go from each one. That's what I'll do. Cool. That's what I'll do. All right. So I'm going to share my screen again. I just taught myself something. Didn't even know I could do it like that. So here's the Muslim Brotherhood of Europe. All the little networks and stuff. Now.
Do you remember, Jason? I was the one who taught you that the colors of the four horsemen are found in the Islamic flags.
Damn, that was a long time. Yeah. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have what I'm wanting from a reading from the cards is like, here's Muslim Brotherhood flag. You can't mistake that.
Right.
Muslim Brotherhood flag.
Good eye.
And they're just everywhere. I got so many pictures. There's no sense going into all of them now. You've seen it now. So the fire horse. This is the Chinese year of the fire horse, and I have years listed on a file of other fire horse years, and they're very interesting. So, but this is also the very middle. This is the very middle of the second seal. Second seal, in my own research, began in 2024, and it doesn't even get critical till 2026, 2027, and it ends by 2028 when the third seal, Apollo Nemesius, begins, which is a badass economy rolling in. Now, I guess my question is where are we going to see heightened violence? Or not where, but are we going to see Muslim Brotherhood and Christian violence in the hot spots that basically we already know? We already know where the hot spots are. Hardly any of them are in America. There's just the Muslims will never get far in the United States. Now in Canada, there may be some problems. In the UK, there will certainly be some resistance in the UK, in the Netherlands, in Denmark, in Sweden, in Germany, in France, in Italy, in Portugal. I want to know if my idea, my theory that there's going to be a coordinated attack against infrastructure, Christian and Western infrastructure by Islam in 2026 and 2027. Is that on the menu?
All right. So we'll be looking for the Tower card, obviously, and the Devil, and like I said, there's lots of the swords in here. So let's find out.
Now, I'm not saying it's going to be successful, because my theory is this is going to fall in line with the purge, and that a lot of people are going to come up missing during this period, political dissidents and all that. It's going to be covered up by all this violence, but in the end, Islam is going to be defeated in almost every Western front.
All right. You know, I did do a prediction that Islam would be defeated in the UK. All right, 5 of Cups in reverse, looking forward to the future. Page of Pentacles in reverse. This Page of Pentacles, he's trying to sell you something. He's the hustle guy on the internet. Don't you want this shiny thing? Look at this shiny thing. I bet you want this shiny thing, but it's in reverse. So he's selling you snake oil. Let's find out. Another Four of Cups. Apathy. Oh, there's the Empress, pregnant with possibility. You know who that is? That's UK, right? They had the Queen Victoria, the Empress. 10 of Swords in reverse, a recovery. I'm going to say that I don't see any attack. These cards aren't moving. I am going to say, though, I see a recovery from, look at that, the clock agrees with me. I see a recovery in the UK. I was going to point out when you said Venezuela, the clock rang 5. So that your question was very important. I forgot to mention that. Okay, I see a recovery in the UK. The UK is going to get to a point it's had enough. It's absolutely had enough and won't put up with anything anymore. And it will rise once again, but it'll be a female who does it. And you think about it, the females are the victims of the Muslim Brotherhood, the grooming gangs and whatnot. And there's going to be a female, almost a Joan of Arc type, who rises from the ashes or says, I've had enough, and is going to start to turn it around. Now that could be the Five of Swords could be somewhat of an attack, because I know you say this, the seal is a knife attack. I think that the Muslims are gonna show up and people are just not even gonna fight. Isn't that weird? Like they're gonna not turn the other cheek, but just say, bro, just go. I think we are waking up to a brand new world with the sun here. I'm not getting many fights though. I'm getting a bunch of egos. I'm not even getting, oh, there's the swords. There's the 2 swords again, and they're in reverse. So that tells me the Muslim Brotherhood is going to be no more. Well, at least in the UK. Oh, there's the Ace of Swords. Now there we finally have some fighting words. Ace of Swords cuts things out. If it's in reverse, it's with surgical precision. You think that's but it cut things out. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but I think the crown is going to win. Now, a lot of people ask me, why am I a monarchist? And the reason I'm a monarchist is because a monarchy, unless you have the Second Amendment like you do in the United States, is the only thing that keeps us away from communism right now, at least here in Canada, at least in the UK. A monarchy, and you think about it, they got rid of the monarchs in France, the Bolsheviks. Then they got rid of the royal family in Russia, the Bolsheviks. In China, they got rid of the emperors. Wherever they get rid of the monarchy, and then they can step in, because there can't be 2 kings. And I'm going to say here, it's going to be something about the monarchy that actually saves the Western world. I do see an ending to the Muslim Brotherhood and a brighter day ahead, and then people can start recovering from it, and the burden is released. Wow, this might be this year, because this is a 10-year or 1, but mostly it's a 10. Oh yeah, look, we're definitely going to be successful in overcoming them, but I don't think it's going to be by military. I think it's going to be by I don't know what I think it's just going to be like a release of a burden. So re-immigration.
Okay. So I'm on board with the whole reading. It's what it tells me is that we already know that since 2021, knife attacks in the UK have been up 550%. It's been reported everywhere.
Yeah.
It's the violence. So what these cards are telling me is 2026 is not going to be an epitome of this activity. It's going to be a cessation of it.
Yes.
It's going something in 2026, maybe legislation, maybe a threat that Islam just cannot face, and they decide, you know what, we're going to stand down. Whatever. The cards are actually saying that this activity of attacking the population and instead doing all the activity they have, for some reason, it's going to be neutralized.
Yes, I think it might be by re-immigration. Interesting, we have 2 strong females here, no males. And when you look at what's going on in Iran, it's the females who are running, who started it all by taking off their headscarves in defiance. And look at the memes that are coming out of there, where women are lighting their cigarettes with burning pictures of the leader, right? And I think something is also going to happen. I think it's the women who are harmed the most by the Muslim Brotherhood. And I think it's the women who are going to stand up to their politicians and say enough is enough. We are not doing this anymore.
UK needs a break. I'm all for that, reading. The UK needs a break.
So I don't think there's any kind of real plan. It almost feels like it's like by osmosis. Like, well, what's that saying? Like, if you want everybody to leave, just cut off the benefits, and they'll leave.
Well, cutting off the benefits may not. No one would have a means to leave. Cutting off the benefits would create chaos, robberies and burglaries and murders and all. But the second seal was never military operations.
Okay.
Yeah, remember in my predictions videos, I made it clear the Judeo-Christian interpretation of the fiery horse is wrong. It doesn't even say war in the translation. In English, they said it was a great sword. It's not. It's a dagger. It's the assassin's weapon. And great means it's going to be happening over a widespread area. There was no military actions. There's no invasions or something in the second seal. It was all like urban style warfare.
I have to wonder, Jason, if Iran falls, it takes the whole Muslim Brotherhood down. Like, you think when Russia fell, the whole Iron Curtain fell at once.
Yeah. And
I'm wondering if something like that happens. They take out the Muslim Brotherhood out of Iran, and the whole system collapses. So we have to remember, Hamas is trained in Iran. Iran's like, they're brutal people. And I have to wonder if something like that happens, that the Muslim fortunes start to turn, and they lose their like, there's just they lose all their strength. Maybe we're going to find out how you pull that plug out of Iran and the whole bathtub drains.
I don't know. It might. It's anything. Anything is possible. I know we have a booming economy on the horizon. I know we have a lot of political restructuring on the horizon. Seeing these cards saying that the Islamic Christian stuff in the UK, because these cards were only reading basically the UK and all the hot spots where all the knifings were taking place.
Yeah.
Which would be Australia. It would be Australia, the UK, and then the Western European nations. It just hasn't really happened real bad in the United States. Just a few isolated incidents. But yeah, if there's a power vacuum throughout history, anytime a power vacuum happens to an empire, the empire implodes. And as a self-preservation, everybody goes back toward the seat of power. So if you're right, it could be a Mossad operation that is literally imploding Iran. And when that happens, all these Muslim Brotherhood factions are going to have to go back to the Near East, because they are not going to be safe in Western countries anymore. That's
right. I think that's what's going to happen. The future is brighter, and obviously it has to be brighter for Christians and for Muslims. This is, I think, you think because it's right by the Empress, this is what we have been living with, the knifing and, being stabbed in the back, giving these people everything and just getting stabbed in the back, burning our flags and whatnot. And when the card is in reverse, all those knives fall out, and you can pick yourself up and dust yourself off and fix. I get this card a lot when an alcoholic, and they've hit rock bottom and they have no choice but to quit drinking. And all these knives fall out, and they pick themselves up and dust themselves off and start a new life. And I think that's what's going to happen. But I think it's going to be female run. I've read that, I think last year too, that the females, but not the toxic femininity, like the Margaret Thatcher strong female.
Well, that was a part of my 5-year predictions too. 5 years ago, that was a part of my predictions that we're going to see new political structuring around the world, and a lot of it is going to be a return. I called it the goddess energy. There's going to be a lot of women in prominent positions of power, and this is all before the 2040 Phoenix event.
Yeah, it's not the toxic femininity, blue-haired, screaming lesbians. It's like it's well-mannered, like Marie Le Pen. I did a reading on Marie Le Pen, and Marie Le Pen, that's who it is. Marie Le Pen is going to free France of Islam. Mark my words, write this down.
That's really interesting.
There she is again. Yeah.
So 2026. Let's see.
I think it's going to start to fade. I think we're going to start to see it fade away. And I think if Iran falls, we are definitely, there's another case. They got rid of the monarchy and brought in the Islam, right? Monarchy is always between you and unless, like I say, unless you're United States, you have a Second Amendment. But otherwise, the monarchy is really what keeps you safe. Not that I'm like a huge monarch, like rah, I love, King Charles. No, not like that. I look at it as the structure of it is like a firewall around to keep us out of communism.
I'm seeing with more clarity here because I have a third data set to add in. It's not just the Chinese fire horse. We can look at some of those things too, because it's all about change and change for the better. It's about renewal. Phoenix fire horse is almost like, the Chinese fire horse is almost like the Phoenix symbol. It has the same connotations. And the card reading is interesting to me because this isn't an ordinary year in astrology. I'm not an astrologer, but I had to look at this Saturn-Neptune conjunction because of what else happened in history exactly when Saturn-Neptune conjunctions also occurred. And we're going to have one around February 17th, February 20th, which is the new year, which is the actual 2026. So our year is about to begin with this very unusual conjunction. It only happens every 36 years. And would you like to hear what happened in history recently on those conjunction dates and what it really has to do with your reading right here?
Yes, please.
So this Neptune-Saturn conjunction that's in February.
Yeah, it's familiar. I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, it happened in 1972. And right when it happened in 1972, it was the height of the Cold War tensions. And we had the Munich Olympics massacre where the Palestinian Muslims killed the Israeli athletes at the Olympics. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that?
I was alive.
Also, this deals with your card reading. It means that we've already passed the worst part of the occupations and all the knifings and all that. And this is what the Saturn-Neptune conjunction shows too, because in 1918, the same conjunction happened, and it was the collapse of the Ottoman Empire, which was Muslim. The Muslims lost to the Christian West during this conjunction. It was the Allied Christian powers. And the Saturn-Neptune conjunction of 1917 happened in Leo, and then immediately after that, the Western powers ganged up against the Muslim Ottoman Empire and collapsed it. That empire had lasted 600 years.
Wow.
So, the Ottoman Empire had taken over most of Europe. This is where the Tartarian narrative comes from. All these dudes pushing Tartaria, they really don't even understand. They're talking about the Turks. All those constructions it was a 600-year-old empire that had the best engineers in the world because they enslaved them. But it's the Muslim Turks, man. And so anyway, most people don't even know that the Ottoman Empire was begun. The very first ruler of the Ottoman Empire was begun by a man named Uthman the Tartarian. That's what his name is in the historical record. So
I did
Okay,
a reading on Tartaria,
did you
and
know?
yes, they did. And I was like, what ended Tartaria? And it was exactly as you just said. The leader lost. It just aged out. Tartaria
Yeah,
just aged out. No
yeah, it was
different than
too
the
old.
Roman Empire, no different than the Aztec Empire. And the cards just said it just basically aged out, and the leader lost, and everybody kind of scattered from there. It was no big like mud flood, or I mean, there could have been one while Tartaria was around. There probably was, but that's not what ended Tartaria. It just aged out.
Okay, so the Saturn Neptune conjunction that we're about to experience also happened in 1906. And in
Mm-hmm.
1906, the incident was in Egypt, but it was a huge conflict between the British and the Egyptian Muslims, Christian authors. So there was a huge conflict. There was a huge conflict in 1906 involving Christianity and Islam at the exact time of this conjunction. Uh,
Interesting.
the British were victorious. So uh, we have another Saturn Neptune conjunction that's linked to the 2026 conjunction cycle in the year 1882. It was exactly 144 years ago. 12 times 12. It's like the cycle times the cycle. But
Yeah.
this Saturn Neptune conjunction is the official beginning date of the British occupation of Muslim Egypt. This was the exact same. So in every Saturn Neptune conjunction is what I'm trying to show you in the historical record. It is the English victorious over Islam.
Well, that's cool.
Isn't that
That's
weird?
interesting to know. That's
So
very
weird.
interesting to know.
It's so weird. So there's a lot more that go further back in history. This might be a study somebody else wants to do. I just wanted to convey that in English history, their contact with Islam during these conjunctions is always victorious.
I want to show you something what the tarot tells us about the Saturn Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees Aries.
Okay.
So here's Saturn, which is the world, and this card means successful completion, the ending of something, the end of the chapter, and it's the last stage, and you move back on. So this is Saturn. It's easy to remember because there's the rings. This is Neptune. Neptune is, and it's the hanged man. And you see things, it's very difficult to see things when Neptune is running, because Neptune runs film, Hollywood, anything it's foggy when Neptune is around. You should never make a big decision when Neptune's over one of your natal planets. But anyways, so we have the hanged man, we have endings, and look at Aries is the emperor. Are we going to see the end of a king?
Huh.
Are we going to see the ending of a king, a successful ending of someone on the throne? And I'll leave that.
Would that be could that be Trump? I mean, what
No, I think it's going to be Charles. He's got that cancer.
Oh, okay. You're talking about an actual monarchical throne.
Oh yeah. No. An actual monarch. When
Doesn't the dynasty end with him?
No. I think it's going to end with William and George, and then it's going to flip over, and Charlotte's going to be the next queen.
Okay. All right.
Something happened.
It's time for a queen.
So, and then she's going to reign very long. Have you ever noticed the queens reign for decades? The kings only have
Victoria
and
Elizabeth. Matter of fact, Elizabeth had a diamond jubilee.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Elizabeth I ruled for decades. The queens ruled for decades. So when Charlotte is ushered in as queen, it's going to be a completely different monarchy. It'll probably just be ceremonial, but she'll rule until she's in her 90s. That's what the cards have told me.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happens to William and George. I don't know if they abdicate. I don't know what happens to them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna comment on somebody in the comment section. John Mustang. John Mustang says the only problem with this interpretation is I thought the Horsemen were supposed to be a worldwide event that can't be ignored as a wake up for souls. COVID was way bigger. COVID was never a singular event. COVID was a time period of about 18 months with hundreds of events. It's no different than all the knifings that have been going on in Western nations that are all done by Muslim aggressors. It's another stretched out event. Thousands of victims all over the world. We're talking about a whole bunch of people have been stabbed by Muslims in Western countries, and they're all Christian. This is just like COVID. It's a stretched out event, but it did have a catalyst because the second seal imagery is of the dagger. You've been lied to in the Christian interpretation. In the English interpretation of that long sword, it doesn't say that in Greek. Machiera is an assassin's weapon, the dagger. So we did have our epitome moment. The ritual, and what I thought was going to happen was Trump might be assassinated. And I did predict a major political assassination was going to occur in 2025. It happened. It was connected to Trump, but it wasn't Trump. Trump's ritual of the pretended assassination was just that. It was a ritual. It may have been sympathetic magic, and it may have been to thwart in the field an assassination against Trump. The real victim was Charlie Kirk and a multi-billion dollar industry that his assassination created. And it was completely hijacked by an operative. His wife is 100% an intelligence operative. Her entire history has been blown out on social media. Everybody now knows it. She is deeply involved in intelligence operations, and every bit of Charlie Kirk's assassination was planned. So yeah, he's the victim of the second seal. And like I said, second seal was never about military takeovers and military operations. The Judeo-Christian interpretation of invasions by war is all BS. This was all small arms warfare.
Yeah. And you think about it, when you think about COVID, it just kind of petered out, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Just like these knifings are petering out according to your cards this year.
Yeah, it just all of a sudden, like everybody was like, oh, I guess it's over. Like there was no date that we all celebrate now going, oh, that was the day of COVID. No, it just kind of petered out. Rights were all brought back. You were allowed to go to restaurants. And that's why I'm saying it almost feels like this just kind of dissipates. Like there's no, hooray, Muslims are all gone. No, there's none of that. It's like it just kind of dissipates. The sun starts to come out, and the burdens start to be released, and the truth starts to come out. That's why one of the reasons I brought this up too, about the end of the king, the ending of the king, is because the sword has the crown on it, and we actually still are in winter, right? In February, when that happens, or whenever that happens. I think we're gonna have a new king. Once the new king comes in, then things will really change.
Interesting.
Oh, this card wants to show us something. Yeah, here's the passing down to the father, to the son, to the king. I think once we have a new king, I think things are going to change, because I think Charles is a globalist, and so he goes along.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. He's like, he hosts WEF parties, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So I think things are going to really change once William takes the throne. I think they're scared of William. I really do. Yeah. He's actually a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Okay.
Not in a terrible way that he does anything wrong to his wife and children. In that he looks like he's very placid and whatnot, but I think he carries a pretty tough sword himself. And I think we're going to see, honestly, we're going to see such a difference.
Okay. So we have a year. I want to draw attention to I got some feedback coming. There, it's gone. So I want to draw attention to, so we talked about the Chinese fire horse, which only appears every 60 years.
Yeah.
We've also talked about the Neptune. What was it? Neptune. What was it? Saturn, Neptune.
Yeah, Saturn, Neptune in Aries.
Okay,
It's 0 degrees
that's happening.
Aries. 0
So
degrees Aries.
okay, well we do have a year in history where a Saturn Neptune conjunction also happened on a fire horse, a Chinese fire horse year. So
Okay.
I'm going to read to you the events that happened. It's 1906 because these events tell a story in the field. If we
Okay.
have the same conjunction linking 1906 and we have a totally independent data sets of 60-year intervals called the year of the fire horse, and they both overlaid on 1906, I think we need to know what happened in 1906 to get a better picture of what's about to unfold in 2026. You agree?
Yes, absolutely.
So in 1906, we did have the British subdue Muslims in Egypt, but we also had in 1906 very high mortality rate from tuberculosis and pneumonia recorded across the United States, leading to the first annual publication. Is the first time in American history that we actually published mortality statistics where people could read how many people had died each month. So 1906 1906 is the year. It's called the second Aliyah, but it was the year where a whole bunch of Jewish pioneers from Russia settled in Palestine. They established the first kibbutz. This was the beginning, what later became, you're familiar with the Balfour Declaration.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
this was a plan. And in 1906, all these Russian Jews came in and occupied this area of Palestine, fully knowing what they were going to end up doing, creating the Israelite state. So this was 1906. I find it interesting that we have Jewish involvement in this right here because it was Jewish involvement in Venezuela. What's going on in Venezuela? The Venezuelan people are so fed up with what's happening to their country. I don't want to get into the details here, but it's all Jewish related, Jewish real estate moguls, what they're doing to their country. But also, in 1906, we had the Great San Francisco earthquake. Without a warning, over 3,000 people instantly died. All the buildings, you've seen the destruction of the 1906 earthquake. It was quickly followed by a fire that burned the city. Also, Mount Vesuvius had erupted violently in 1906. And in 1906, get this, in 1906, Sergei, Witt had survived multiple assassination attempts in 1906 during the period of Bolshevik revolutionary turmoil leading up to the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917. But 1906 was a particularly bad year for assassination attempts, although he didn't get killed. Also, we're talking about Iran. So here it is in 1906, the Persian constitutional revolution began. Persia is Iran.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
This is a return to the original constitutional Persia. It's a return to original government. Now, in this 1906, it's leading to the establishment of Iran's first parliament called the Majlis and a Iranian constitution limiting the absolute power of the Qajar monarchs. This is all 1906.
Wow.
So, also in 1906, a very odd book about the future was published by H.G. Wells called The Days of the Comet. And talking about a green comet that changed Earth's atmosphere, causing humanity to lose its capacity for hatred and war, and that a comet in the sky brought peace to the Earth. So just unusual, 1906. Even fiction affects the field. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, many ancient authors, man, produced works of fiction, and they affected the field. So in 1906, we had a heightened state surveillance and police violence against the suffragettes in London and Wales. as their militant campaign for the vote to intensify. So we have a lot of protests going on in London and in Wales in 1906, and we have a lot of heightened surveillance and police activity too. So this is all interesting because remember, 1906 merges 2026 with the Saturn Neptune conjunctions with the 60-year intervals of the Chinese fire horse.
Wow.
Which merges with our Olympiad prophetic program of the elite in the second horse. The fiery horseman is the second horse. So 1906.
Wow.
1906 is a fire at the Royal Albert Hall Hotel and several smaller buildings with other significant fires spread across because of poor building codes, which led to the rapid spread in crowded parts of the city. This is all fire at the Royal Albert Hall Hotel. I think it's London. So the only reason that's significant is because 1666 also falls in this patterning. Do you know what happened in 1666?
Oh yeah, I've read the book.
The Great Fire of London.
Yeah.
So, in 1906, the anti-king revolutionary activity occurred that was widely reported. This period saw a surge in local uprisings led by revolutionary groups like the Tongminghui, laying the groundwork for the 1911 Qing Revolution. This is China that would eventually end imperial rule. So 1906 is indicative of revolutionaries gaining traction in China.
Well, we know who those revolutionaries are.
Right, absolutely. So what we have, the greatest overlay here between this conjunction and the fire horse is that the Great San Francisco earthquake was magnitude 7.9 quake. It struck on April 18th, the 108th day of the year. It triggered fires that lasted 3 days. All these people died. 80% of the city was destroyed. And on the other side of the world, Mount Vesuvius was erupting. Also in the month of April, causing widespread destruction in the Naples region. So my question to you, after hearing all of this, I want to do a reading. Are we to expect another one of these great massive earthquakes in the United States?
All right.
And an increase in volcanic activity in the world in the year 2026, because that's what I've got in the field here.
All right. So I noticed when you were talking about the fire, the clock went off. We were talking about the St. Albert or the Albert.
For whom the bell tolls.
Yeah. So I wonder if there's going to be another big London fire this year. Okay. And for some people accuse me of making my clock chime. If you want to see, it's like 1340 and it just rang 6 times. It rings whenever it wants. The old wine clock. All right. So number one, that's not fair to the cards to give 2 completely different.
I get it. Let's just talk about earthquake.
Yeah. So you want to just know about an earthquake then? The earthquake in the United States, any particular area or just any kind of big earthquake? I mean, it can include a volcano. How about, you know what, Jason, why don't we call it?
I do not want to specify where in the United States, because most earthquakes are all happening on the West Coast, Western United States. However, there are times in history when the hidden fault on the Mississippi is active. And like the major destruction that happened in 1811 and 1812. Okay. It happened in December and January. Earthquake activity was terrible, but it was on the East Coast. It was in the Appalachian. So okay. I don't want to specify. I'm just saying not an ordinary earthquake. I am talking about a major quake in 2026, North America.
How about I ask about an earth event? Because what if it's a volcano and an earthquake? The volcano sets off the earthquake, or the earthquake.
Okay. That's cool too.
Let's ask the cards. Is there going to be a major earth event in North America?
Okay, would that earth event, because I have a lot of other things about 1906 about around the world and other Neptune. I have a list here of all the Neptune conjuncts and the Chinese fire horse. And the other thing is, what I was going to ask you, because I have over 27 to 30 incidents that are Neptune conjunctions with Saturn and Chinese fire horse about major flooding in different countries around the world.
Okay. It's
So
interesting.
you can say natural disaster then.
Saturn is, and this is the world, Saturn is the Earth, right? Saturn represents Earth and things that are under the Earth. It rules oil, gold, anything that's under the Earth, diamonds, anything black, earthquakes, all that kind of stuff. And it's interesting that I have a theory about Earth, and I don't know if you want to hear it or not, but
Sure, go ahead.
I believe Earth was a Saturn moon at one point, and that's why Saturn still rules us.
Okay.
And that's why we are out of orbit. I think something happened. That's why Saturn has rings. It hit a couple of the moons. One of the moons became the rings. And our moon that we live on, because there are moons around Saturn that they say are like covered in ice, but if the ice melted, it would be Earth-like. And so then as we got closer as we got into our orbit, that's when everything melted. And anyways, that's just my theory. I don't know. I don't have any proof. I don't have any.
What's interesting is if Saturn could illuminate, like if something could ignite it, because a lot of it's cloud cover, gaseous cloud cover, if something could ignite Saturn, it would become a sun in its own system.
There you go. So maybe Earth was a Saturn moon at one time. Anyways, let's get to this reading. So a major Earth event in North America in 2026. And the cards will show me if it's a fire or earthquake.
Oh, wow.
We'll see. Okay. Look at that. You saw me shuffle, same damn card. There's definitely this 5 of Cups upright is depression and despondency, but it's in reverse. People are going to be happier in 2026. And this is interesting because I've almost finished 50 readings for 2026 for private people. And the majority have fantastic last half of the years. It's crazy how many, once July came, their year really picked up. But before July, things were happening. Okay, so there's an Earth card, the Pentacles, and it's in reverse. And there's another Earth card. I think it's going to, I think it, and that's an 8. I think it's going to hit somewhere where a lot of people work. Oh, the Devil. In reverse, something is coming. Something is coming. I think it's going to be.
Well, before you go too far. So people tend to conceptualize a year as just one point in time when you're doing predictions. I've come across this a lot. A year is a very big time. 365 independent days, separated into quarters. I'm talking about. Listen, it's what can happen in the beginning of a year can be devastating, and the last part of the year can be just bountiful and beneficial to everybody.
Yeah. I'm going to say it's because this is Earth. I'm going to say it's somewhere where a lot of people are working.
Okay. That's a downtown district.
The Devil is right beside it. So this is telling me that it's probably going to be a surprise. I think it's going to be, there's going to be fire with it. Let me see. Justice. The Hermit in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. Now there's flooding. Is it going to be off the coast? And then will there be a tsunami? Lots of tears. I'm telling you, there's lots and lots of tears. Rivers of tears on this Devil, Ace of Cups. in reverse. Rivers of tears. Trust me on this. Yeah, I think it's going to be more of an earthquake. Queen of Pentacles here. That's another earth sign. It's going to happen at night, or it may happen during an eclipse. And the Hanged Man in reverse. There's Neptune. It's when Neptune is active. It's when Neptune is in a negative. I just showed you that's Neptune. We're just talking about Neptune here.
Eclipses are traditionally linked to earthquakes.
Yeah. Is there an eclipse with Neptune active?
Let me look real quick.
Okay.
Let me go ahead. I gotta.
Yeah.
So what's your exact question?
Is there an eclipse? Is there an eclipse with Neptune active? Is it conjunct? Is it opposite? I think there is one in February.
Okay.
The government's going to help. Other than the devil here, I'm not getting a lot of fire. We don't have a lot of water, but we do have a lot of earth. And then also we have strength, which is this Leo, which is the sun in reverse. So we have Leo in reverse, Virgo in reverse. There's going to be a lot of deaths.
Wow.
There's going to be rivers.
So February 17th is an annular solar eclipse for Antarctica and South America. That's February 17th. February 17th is also the beginning of the Neptune-Saturn conjunct.
Wow.
It's also the beginning of 2027. It's also the official beginning of the year.
I'm going to say that I'm not getting that it's going to be in North America. I'm getting that it's and I'm going to tell you why. It's going to be somewhere where it's not traditional. It's going to be, or maybe it is in North America, but maybe you're right. Maybe it's somewhere it's not traditional. Oh, look at the fire horses in reverse. So, and that's the first day of the fire horse. That's the first day of the fire horse, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm telling you, something is around February 17th. Something is around February 17th. King of Wands in reverse. I wonder if that is the day we lose a king or a leader.
We could lose a whole lot of stuff. I mean, in history, major events tend to cluster.
Yeah.
So we lose track of when things happen because they actually happen the exact same year, but they're separate in our minds.
You can't make this up, Jason. Here's the moon, and actually the moon card is a lunar eclipse. It's the moon going over the sun. And of course, February 17th, that's the Chinese calendar is based on the moon.
Wow.
Something is so remember, this is a projection. So either something happens on February 17th or it's the start of something. So maybe we start to hear rumblings. Maybe a volcano is starting to talk, right? Doesn't necessarily mean it has to actually be on that day, but we really should be start to become aware of what's happening. Is there sunspots? Are we starting to get earthquake clusters? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because that's the start of it. You have to start somewhere. Just, a big earthquake doesn't pop out of nowhere. They know it's come. Like they feel the rumbles before that. A volcano just doesn't explode. They know it's going to explode.
Right.
And so either it happens on February 17th or we start to see signs that it starts on February 17th. It's going to be huge. There's going to be a lot of deaths. The governments will have to help to bring everything back. I'm going to say it's not somewhere traditional. That's going to be my thing. And, it's where a lot of people are working, but I don't have a lot of city cards here, right? I don't have a lot of cards here that indicate it's a city. It might take down a leader, you know, wrong place, wrong time. But I don't have a lot of city cards here, but I do have the fire horse in reverse.
But you said it was where a lot of people worked,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not a huh.
Well,
Interesting.
like a factory, but it's not in the city,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's where people work. Look at, see, I do have cards that show cities, but look at how far that city is away.
Yeah, so it could be like a complex. It could be like a manufacturing district.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not like, you know, Los Angeles or San Diego or Seattle. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
if you
Yes.
look at that card, the city's far in the distance, but it's where people work.
All right. So
And
I had
here's the interesting thing. I don't see a lot of building devastation. It's almost like it's rural somehow.
hold on. Okay, I'm gonna get real dark for a second here. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm just gonna throw this out there. I got a high octane imagination. Could a whole bunch of people get switched off? Could this not be what we think it is? And because you remember how unusual the arithmetic was and the actual dates that the Purge movies came out, and the day counts went straight to the April 8th eclipse. And then on April 8th on the eclipse, they did this weird ritual where they had all these people all over the world come to go stand in the path of the eclipse. But you can see on the satellite imagery, people all over YouTube were showing they were spraying the hell out of the entire eclipse zone. And it's the only place in America they were spraying at the time. And they had hundreds of planes out there spraying the path of the eclipse before those people went out there and stood in that area, right, and stood in the shadow of the eclipse. You remember all that?
Yeah.
I had all that on my channel. And I even said in that we're not really expecting an event right now. This is a charge. Something later is going to happen. And whatever it is absolutely attached to these dates. And these dates were all the Purge movies and how they mathematically connected to when Pfizer rolled out the vaccine.
Look at this, Jason. Look at this moon card. Look what's coming down from the sky during the eclipse.
I can't see that. I can't see what's coming down.
Oh, can't you? Can't you see that it's just hang on? There, look it. Can you see that?
Yep. Yeah, look like little yellow pieces of flame or something.
That's the eclipse. And look at
Yeah.
all kinds of little pieces are coming out of
Particles are falling from the sky.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Something is happening on February 17th. And you're right. Maybe it's not the actual event. Maybe it's like maybe it's some kind of fear virus or something, or because we have the devil here. Whatever they do will stick with those people forever.
Interesting.
And rivers of tears. And death. We do have the death card here. And look at that. We do have the government giving us. I never thought about that, like of the virus or anything like that.
Oh.
I'm going to say we're definitely going to lose two major people, a male and a female. There might be a couple. Perhaps they're just happen to be vacationing somewhere and.
Yeah, it's all so very compelling. I'm just I can't even pursue that line of thinking yet unless I go back and look at those original charts I did that showed the exact dates that all the Purge movies were released and how they connected to Pfizer and how those dates interconnected perfectly with April 8th eclipse date. So it's because this is going to be an eclipse date. It's also it's also lined up with this Saturn Neptune conjunction. It's perfectly lined up with the Chinese fire horse. It's second seal. It is still a second seal event. And remember, I remember I was pretty specific. I said, listen, these seals are also all interconnected. They're not independent events. They're interconnected. So if the first seal was the attack of Apollo Pharmakia against the human race using people dressed in white, like the White Horsemen, and they were poking people with the toxons and like the needles that were poisonous, then yeah, man, the second seal is going to be connected to that in some way. It's not just going to be knife attacks. It's going to also going to be have something to do with the pharmaceutical attack that initiated the seals. So even Apollo Nemesius, this incredible economy that's coming, is even attached to the first seal, and it has everything to do again with the attack of the pharmaceutical deals, and it may be just the opposite of what people actually think. It's so that's why I'm asking, could this event be something to do with, I don't know, activation of 5G towers and people with nanoparticles will get switched off, economy boosts because the population just got lowered, and there's more money to spread around. And I'm just bouncing ideas out there in the field.
I think after this event, there will be a struggle. I think some things are going to be taken away from people. They're going to be bullied into some things being taken away, and then there'll be some kind of struggle. So is that struggle to survive? I mean, is there going to be massive blackouts? So people now actually, this isn't fighting. This is more struggle.
Right.
I think there is, after this event, there is going to be something. Something's happening February 17th. I'm telling you that. I've never read this before, and this is wow.
I mean, we can go really weird with it. I don't know. I know that April 8th, the eclipse of April 8th to the eclipse now that's coming, where all these things align, 680 days. 680 would be an area code of New York. So it's kind of weird that if something's going to happen to a small geographical location, but it's going to affect the whole, then New York would have to be that place, because if the government servers in the world banking dynasty servers were attacked or destroyed in any way, and they claim that all the information was right here in New York and all that, but now, I mean, then this whole financial reset would become something that would just naturally happen, and it would be followed by a chaotic period where people are pissed off that they lost their fortunes. People are pissed off, and then all of a sudden there would be a boom when people realize, damn, the new system comes in here. I opened up my bank account. Holy shit, I got several $1 million. I've never been a millionaire. I got several $1 million in there, and all of a sudden in the last half of the year is badass, because now everybody's participating in a new financial system that they didn't want to come, but now they're not going to argue with the amount of money that they found deposited in their accounts. Right. I'm just saying, it's very unusual. All the different little playbooks that are operating right now. And I just know that my predictions from 5 years ago using calendrics was very specific, that there's going to be a huge financial boom coming to the Western world nations. And it's going to be, and there's also going to be a massive rise in the politicizing of Christianity. And the enemy is going to become Islam. I just, you know what? It's all played out. It's all played out perfectly. So yeah, there's still a few moves that need to be made.
2 years ago, I predicted that the Shah of Iran would be back within 3 years.
Oh, that just might happen. I need to look at that too.
Yeah.
I mean, calendrics is fascinating, and to stack it with tarot, and now I'm looking at these look at me. Jason of Archaix is now researching astrological conjuncts. What the hell happened? What's going on? What is going on?
maybe Three Eye Atlas, the Galactic Federation, got to you.
Oh, you know what?
We haven't heard anything about that.
Listen,
Hey,
you're laughing about that. That old shill narrative about Three Eye Atlas and the Galactic Federation. Here's what's crazy to me. I'm going through my X feed, and Alina Danon. You've told me about her. Other people have told me about her. I didn't know anything about this woman. Alina Danon pops up in my feed. She's right there. I'm seeing all kinds of Alina Danon stuff coming to my feed. I have never looked her up. I'm always critical of Galactic Federation. I don't care about the narrative. I don't care about the UFOs and all ancient alien stuff. But she is everywhere in my feed now, so it tells me she's listening to me.
Yeah. I know. I put that thing on X. I'm pretty sure Atlas is going to be a nothing burger, just a hunch. And it was like a nothing burger. Like, honest to God, some people just get sucked so hard into that. It blows my mind. Like,
yeah,
what is wrong with you? Like, there is no Galactic Federation. Anyway.
Crazy. Oh, crazy. Yeah, man.
But anyway, with that devil there, something is going to happen to working people.
Yeah. Hey, somebody in the chat real quick. I need to correct that in the chat. Somebody said 608 is Arizona. It's 680. It is 680 days between the April 8th eclipse and the eclipse that we're about to experience for South America. Now, 680 just happens to be. It may not mean anything. I'm not really a dot connector like that. It may not mean anything, but 680 happens to be an area code in Western New York for the Syracuse and Utica area. So it's northern New York. The western portion of northern New York does have a 680 area code. So I don't know. Someone's gonna have to look that area up and try to see if there's what's housed there. Do they have giant servers there, or what's going on in that area? I don't know.
I can't wait. I as soon as I'm done this call, I'm gonna research the hell out of that date. If I find anything, I'll tell you. The cards have really never been that clear on one specific date. It's timing with tarot's a crapshoot, but to see it happen at least three confirmations about February 17th, there's a message there.
Yeah. Damn, I'm getting a whole bunch of huge IT and tech companies that all use the 680 area code out of New York.
Well, you saw a bunch of them were down yesterday.
Damn, yeah, I was down yesterday. Me and John couldn't even communicate. My internet went out. My phone didn't work all day yesterday. I didn't return messages or anything. It's like, damn. I was supposed to do a small video with somebody who's going to be a guest on Archaix, and I wasn't even able to get with her because, man, I was blacked out over here. So was John. John lives 48 minutes away from me. He was blacked out too. Yeah, man.
I always think that something is going on when that happens. They don't want messages to be sent. So that's why I thought maybe something with Iran might have happened.
So we've covered some pretty interesting ground. I'm trying to think of one more good read. Or maybe you have an idea for a good reading.
Let's do an Archaix reading. Like, what's the future of what? Maybe we can get some guidance, or what's next steps.
Listen, I already know the future looks bright. I already know my trajectory.
Okay, then I won't.
Yeah, I know. I do have a specific one that I would like, since you mentioned my community. Okay. I don't know if you noticed this, but my community has noticed that I have increased the amplitude on the pressure of these large podcasts that keep hosting these guys that are deliberately putting out misinformation and protecting them by not having them answer to it in debates, or even inviting me or somebody qualified like me to at least tell their communities what the issues are. I mean, I've released a lot of videos on Graham Hancock, Randall Carlson, Jimmy Corsetti, Billy Carson. I've released data sets that collapse all this false BS they're putting out there in the field. And I've informed my community as to why it's important to understand that you cannot bypass 17 or 18 very well documented worldwide resets in the last 7,000 years to push a narrative that makes you look at the Ice Age 12,000 years ago as an answer to everything that we find in the world today. It's total bullshit. So I want to know, a good reading for me is what's in the field, because I'm not stopping. I'm going full tilt. I've increased the amplitude on these call outs and on this exposure. So I would like a reading about should I just continue at the pace, or should I just continue what I'm doing, or should I adopt any other methods to increase public awareness about this huge fake archaeology fraud scheme that's out there?
All right.
You can formulate the question better than I can.
All right. Now, we never asked the tarot card, should I? It's what will be the result. So I'm going to start. What will be the result if Jason maintains the pressure on the there's good news. There's a messenger. If Jason maintains the pressure on people who are continuing with the fake information, what will be the result if Jason continues the pressure on the people? I like that. Yeah, on the people who are maintaining the fake information to the public. Well, the cards are ready, I can tell. All right. If this Fool card comes up, I'm gonna freak out. Okay, so this is what I love with tarot. It is telling me it is tuned right into the energy, because here I told you this is the snake oil salesman, the people who are trying to tell you something false. So the cards tell me that right off the start. They're going, we're tuned in, and that will have an excellent reading. The Empress. Now, this is pregnant with possibilities. This is creative. This is being on the right side of things. Strength. Look at that. 2 strong females. I'm not saying a female is important. These are both very, very good cards that show you. I want to show you on this strength card, she's holding the lion's mouth closed. So you have to be careful with your ego. Also, the strength card is an 8. And as you know, 8 means go back to the beginning, right? The affinity symbol is there. And with the Empress here is you need to be more creative. Maybe it's more creative on your strengths. Maybe it's more creative, not so ego, but on how to create more within your own community. Oh, the Hierophant. You're a teacher. You're a teacher and you're a leader of the people. So look at that. 3 major arcanas here. Jason, you're here to teach people, to lead them, and justice. Justice will come to them eventually. I'm going to look at that. 4 major arcanas, and it's telling you, be creative with your strengths. Be a teacher. Be a leader. Don't worry about what's going to happen to them. There they are, the snake oil salesmen. And there's you. Your back is to them. So the cards are saying, forget about them. Justice will come to them. They'll get their karma. The field will look after them. As you become the leader and the teacher of your group. Don't be ego driven. Don't be ego driven. Be creative driven, be teacher. And I think that is your amazing strength, is you are a hell of a teacher. You have charts, you have knowledge, you bring out books. Like, what do teachers teach from? A book. Yeah, 6 of Cups in reverse. They are forever going to hold you to your past. I mean, you could come with it, you'll come with the cure for cancer, and they'll say, well, aren't you an ex-con? Right? They're going to forever hold you to your past. So
listen, if that's all they got, that's really an accolade. It's really an accommodation.
Exactly. I'm going to tell you Oh, look at that, the devil. I'm going to tell you, isn't that interesting? The Pope and the devil look the same. I got to cover up that so you don't get a mark.
I'm not going to get it. Nobody can see it. It's so small. Don't worry about it.
Okay. That's what she said. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why I said that. See, this devil shows up in my. Anyways, the devil is here. And again, I showed you on the devil card the chains. You can easily undo those chains. And it's interesting that I pointed out the devil and the teacher have the same pose. What I want you to do is let go of it. Just let go of it. Because no matter what you say or do, right here with the Page of Wands, who is the messenger, no matter what you say or do, no matter what you bring to these people, they have their picture of you and there's nothing you can do about it. So you need to let it go. You need to let it go because it's actually taking away from your strengths of being a teacher, of being creative. Like, you're so creative, Jason. Like, look at your tattoos, look at the books you read, look at the way you present things. Focus on that. That's your strength. That's your strength. So when you focus on these snake oil salesmen, you're only taking away from yourself. You're not taking anything away from them at all. They really could really care less. They've got their money, they've got their agenda or whatever. You're taking away from you when you focus on these snake oil salesmen. I think that, yeah, look at that. You need to walk away. You need to walk away from it. I mean, I don't know if the card.
Reshuffle that deck. You need to reshuffle that deck. I'm just
honestly, you know what? It's costing you money. It's costing, right? If you would just focus on your strengths of being a teacher, of just continuing to push out your knowledge and ignore those people, walk away from them. This is the big money card. And right now it's draining you. It's taking life away from you. If you were to do that and turn this around, you would this is also the legacy card. You would create your own legacy. You are only hurting you right now. You're not hurting them. You're not hurting them. Yeah, there you are, defending. I'm defending my knowledge. I'm taking the high road. I've got the information. And here they all are poking at you and you're wrong, but it's in reverse. There's nothing you can say or do that's going to change their mind. You can go on Joe Rogan with all of them, debate all of them, you would wipe them with the floor. They don't care. They really don't care. And
listen, I agree 100%. I agree with you, what you're saying, and your reading, but I don't do this to convince them. I already know that I've said this multiple times in my posts and on videos. These men are never going to change their minds. That's why I agree with you. But the call outs have really opened up the eyes of a lot of people who didn't even know there was a controversy.
You know, there's another. Are you familiar with anyways, I want to show you the King of Wands. There's you as the entrepreneur and the teacher and the leader. I'm going to tell you must be familiar with the story about the sun and the wind, and the sun and the wind are saying, I'll bet you I can take that guy's coat off. And the wind blew and blew and blew and blew, and the guy kept hanging onto his coat tighter and tighter and tighter. And then the sun said, oh, it's my turn. And the sun just gently got warmer and warmer and warmer, and the guy took his coat off. That's how I see you with these guys.
Interesting.
This is exactly what the cards are telling us. You do your strengths. You do you. You know what? People will figure out on their own that, wow, that's not what Jason taught me. That's you. You're wrong. You're wrong. And you just play on your strengths. Here's the infinity loop. Like, you know so much. Here you are, the King of Wands. You're going to rise to the top, but you're not going to, and you're hanging on to their energy. You're not going to when you're bringing their energy to your channel. I've told you this before. That's why I don't lambaste some of these new agers who, you know, talk to Metatron or all these archangels or all this new age garbage. I never bring them up on my channel because I don't want their energy on my channel. I want people to say when they do go to that other person's channel going, well, that's ridiculous. That's not what I learned. And I don't have to say a word. I just teach them what I know. I don't say, oh, she's an idiot, or no, I never bring anybody else's name. I'll hint at it and I'll say, you know, people who are teaching you this are kind of woo-woo, lulu, right? And I explain why, and I let people make up their own minds. But you just follow, you just do you, be the creative you. Justice will come to them. You're not the justice. You actually, you know what? You have a flock, and you be the shepherd of that flock, and that flock will figure it out on their own. They're smart enough. They'll figure it out on their own because they will, without you saying a word.
I agree. I'm not in disagreement, and I'm going to rewatch this video like I rewatch every video I do, and I go through the chat, and you know what? You give me something to ponder. I do have a lot of energy, but also I have, truth be told, there's really nothing left for me to expose about them. I've already done it. But yeah,
you could turn this 10 of Pentacles. This is the abundance card. This is you as a legacy, and here's your flock you're teaching, and they carry on. This is you retired, and you're so happy because people are still talking about what you taught them, and you brought your flock to where you want it to be, and they're standing up for you. You don't have to fight these people. Your people will. They'll fight them by not watching them, by starting to ignore them, because they are in the attention economy. If no one's paying attention to them, buying their books, watching Gaia or whatever, that's where you hurt them.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna follow that advice. The reading was
over.
Great. Hey, listen, you've been nothing but instrumental, you know, since the beginning of my channel. You know what? You took flack right there with me. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and just focus on some amazing 4.0 presentations, and I'm gonna leave those guys behind.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, you don't want their energy on your channel.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm looking at astrology, talking to a tarot reader, and I'm talking about not engaging in combat. What in the hell's happening to me? So not cool.
I love it. We're all part of your flock, Jason.
I appreciate it. So yeah, I will. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and just make a pledge. I'm just gonna leave them dudes in the dust. I'm just gonna keep moving forward and doing what I'm doing.
Look at that. Look at this guy with the red coat. There you are, the teacher. And there you are, walking away from all that other nonsense. Teaching your flock. There's another red. Teaching the flock.
Interesting.
I
may have lightened up. I may have lightened up on a lot of things, but I'm still not lightening up on that Galactic Federation.
Yeah, neither am I. You just don't have to mention their name. You just say, wow, some people believe that Atlantis was 9,000 years ago. That's crazy. And this is why. And you look like the better person, right?
Yeah. I agree. It's been fun. I'm not going to listen. You're not talking to somebody who isn't already cognizant of their, you know, character defects. I know I have some nuances, and I know I'm adversarial. I know I'm combative, and I also know that it turns some people off, and I've never given a damn about that. It's
yeah.
But you're right. You're right. I'm also a creature that's attempting to grow. I'm always trying to grow. And yeah, I kind of need to grow out of that shit. You're right.
Yeah. That's just alpha traits. Don't disparage yourself. Just learn from them. That's all.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. That's going to be your last reading right here on my channel, woman.
All right.
No, I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. That was a good show. It's a good presentation. Is there anything else you would like to address my community? You want to? You have any projects going on? Do you do consultations? I've got your links in the description box. But if there's anything I'm missing, you need to let me know.
Like I said, I just did about 50 2026 predictions, so I'm kind of burnt out. In a week or so, I'll announce on my channel that I'll open up the doors again. I only book 20 at a time, because I put my whole heart and soul into it, so it takes a lot of energy. So I'll be announcing soon, shortly, at least before February 1st. I'm opening the doors again, usually once a month or so. I open up for about 20, and then once all those are done, I take a break and open it up again.
Okay, cool. That'll work.
So thank you. Thank you so much for having me. This was fun. We should do this more often, actually.
Yeah, we should. I just
get a bunch of questions.
Really, Shanta, I don't really control who comes on my channel. I'm so busy in my own little projects, and I'm so self-absorbed. I've kind of rely on Big John in the community, and because I'm always trying to get Big John, hey man, ask people in underground, ask people on Facebook, ask people who they want to see come on my channel, and yeah, it's not really me. I have so many irons in the fire. There's a whole bunch of people I want to bring back to the channel all the time, and then time slips. It's never personal. It's just I don't have a mind like that. I need Big John because he's good at scheduling and bringing people in. So I try to tell people, listen, if you want to come on the channel, email Big John. Please don't ask me in an email, because 5 minutes later, I'm going to be deep into calendrical isometrics and trying to figure out different stuff going on between 1732 and 1812 so I can do another video and presentation. I have totally forgot your email, and it's not personal. So if people want to come onto the channel, man, just email Big John, and Big John of Archaix at gmail.com, and he will schedule people in, because I have columns for like Tuesday and Fridays. Big John knows my calendar is completely blacked out. Never schedule anything on those days, because I will always know, because I'm so short-sighted. I'm always thinking about things in the long range. My short-term memory sucks, but my long-term memory is really good. And so I have this calendar, and I know that I am absolutely free to do whatever I want to do on on Tuesdays and Fridays, because he's never going to schedule anything for a Tuesday and Friday.
Right.
And that's when I can sit down and catch up with my admin stuff and my emails and all the stuff like that. But yeah,
I know. Give
Big John. Email Big John, and he will schedule you right back in a month, 2 months from now, whenever.
We should almost do something on February 17th, because the energies are going to be so amazing.
Or February 18th, after that day is over.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that would be cool, because the energies are going to be so crazy. I'll try and keep that in mind, because I run 2 YouTube channels, so I understand the busyness. That's for sure.
Well, I'm okay. Don't go nowhere. If you're in the chat, don't go nowhere. We're not done, because there's one final reading she's going to have to do, because I say it all the time, guys. If something is true, you're going to see it from multiple different vantage points. This woman just put my fire out. She just took the air out of my tires with this reading. So I love combating these guys, but I've really run out of things to criticize, because everything they say is wrong, pretty much. So I want Shanta to do one more reading, and I want this reading to be real simple question, Shanta.
Okay.
From this point forward, should I completely stand down on my war against the shills?
From this moment forward,
should I just completely stand down?
Well, remember, we don't ask shoulds. What will be the result if...
Oh, excellent. That's a better way to put it. What will be the result if I pledge right now that I'm done going to war with the shills, and I'm just going to provide high-quality content?
Okay. What will be the outcome if Jason completely stands down from the shills and the fakes and the grifters? What will be the outcome? What will be the outcome? Oh yeah, these cards are ready. Holy. I can tell when they get really sticky. Well, there's going to be some regrets. There you are, walking away. I feel it.
There's 78 cards there, and you pulled that one as the second one?
Yeah.
Damn.
You know what? Here is the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Words. People are going to actually believe you more. People are going to take your word for real. Queen of Cups in reverse. It's going to bother you at first. It really is. It's going to be kind of emotionally upset. Like you're going to be like, it's almost like I'm getting a feeling like when people quit smoking. You're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that. I want to say something. I want to say something. It's going to really bother you at first. King of Swords in reverse. Now you are the King of Swords as a Gemini. Jason, I think it's going to be more difficult for you than you think it is. They may do something or say something that it's going to be really difficult for you not to be quiet. I mean, it's difficult for you to be quiet the best of times. This is going to be a challenge for you. It's definitely going to be a challenge for you. But look at this. The Emperor. You'll be sitting on a throne. There you are. See, there they are. And there you are under the Queen of Swords here. And you will be sitting on your throne as a leader, as someone who's fair, somebody who's stable. Somebody who's stable. I wonder if some people out there think you aren't stable when you go off like that. Oh, justice. They're going to get theirs. I keep telling you, they're going to get judgment, second chances. People who may have written you off for whatever reason, I think they're going to come back. This is second chances judgment. This is you being yourself and being on your YouTubes, and people are going to come back. People are going to start loving you more. You're going to be looked at as somebody more stable, somebody who just only tells the truth, and like swords are words, and somebody who is to the point, who people can trust what you say. And there you are on the throne. Justice will come to them on their own. People might come back to you. People who may have left you because they don't want to hear this anymore, and you know, that's not what I come here for. They'll come back. I wouldn't be surprised if you start to get more people, more engagement. And there's the Empress, and that showed up. More creativity, pregnant with possibilities, luxury. Look at this, both sitting. You got the Emperor and the Empress sitting on your throne. You're going to be, everyone's going to be revering you because you are stable, because you are trustworthy, and you are creative in the way. I think you are definitely going to create more people who come to watch you. And Queen of Pentacles, manifestation. You are definitely going to be able to manifest more money. You're going to manifest. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who can take very little and create abundance out of it. It's somebody who has like 4 ingredients and can serve a dinner for 12. I'm not saying you're a cook or anything, but look at how people will honor you. And guess what? That's actually going to create more wealth for you, more security for you, more stability for you. And it'll just be a natural outcome from stopping this. Because you'll get more views, you'll get more people, maybe more people in the underground. Look at that. In the underground will become more active. You'll just have more creativity, more luxury. And yeah, this here is you, the King of Swords in reverse right now. You need to turn that up, and you become a king of words. The Gemini, the king of words. And right now, you're not. You're the king of combat. You've got your sword out there, and you're going to take them down. And you're like, I'm going to take them down. No, you want to become the king of words and be creative and have people will be gathering. I think your underground is going to probably take off, and
It
that's
is.
all
It
going
is taking off. There's no doubt.
and that's going to create more stability, more abundance, more income easily for you. That's not a struggle there. Look at how big that coin is.
Uh-oh.
Luxury.
You still there? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'm here. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, look at that. People are going to want to be around you more. They're going to celebrate. They're going to want to be around you more. And here's the combat is going to stop. And here the passion is going to stop. And you're just going to put them in the dark.
Well, I already said I'm going to do it. I'm going to share my screen real quick.
It's going to be tough, Jason. I know you. It's going to be, you're going to want to say something like it is. It's going to be like some quitting smoking.
Well, listen, I'll just put these files to a better use.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you now that I just spent the last 6 months going through tens of thousands of files, research notes, hundreds of thousands of images. I have a massive database research. I put all these files together specifically to go to war and call all these people out talking about all this BS. I can go into any of these files and open up more files. Everything is alphabetized. I will go in there and pull out any information I need. I was going to do spaces on X, but you know what? I can put all this to better use. I can do videos out of all this.
Yeah.
But this is my debate files. I'm turning them into Archaix Academy files right now.
Yeah.
Some of them. But still, I get it, man. I do get it. I understand. And I do have 500 more videos in me, and I could do those videos without ever even mentioning any of these frauds.
Yeah.
You're right. It hurts my feelings. You're right. I tell you what, I'm after I leave here, I'm going down the road to Chili's, and I'm going to go get me a big old fat sirloin, and I'm going to pout because I'm a man, Shanta. I'm a man of my word, and if I tell you right here, especially in front of all these witnesses, that I'm gonna go ahead and stand down and move in a whole new trajectory in 2026, then that's what I'm gonna do, even if I don't like it or not, because I'm just not gonna be a liar. I'm not that guy. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that, and I'm not feeling it, but I do understand the wisdom. I actually very, very clearly message received. I understand the wisdom. Do I like it? No, I don't like it at all. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I bet you wish I was like, attack. No.
Yeah, whatever. You know what? I've already done it. And something dawned on me when you were showing the cards, and it was like, damn, man, I don't need to be confrontational. I already put confrontational, irrefutable data sets out there. And there's many people in my chat and many people who will discover my material in the future who will pick that torch up. I'm just one man. So if I do this, I'm literally discharging something into the field. And field dynamics is one of my specialties right here on Archaix. I'm always explaining to people how we discharge in the field. I just never really apply it to myself because I'm a hypocrite here, because I really want to just combat. But the truth is if I truly let this shit go and just put the information out there, there's 5,000 other Jasons and Jasonettes out there that are going to take up the torch and do it for me anyway.
Exactly.
So I get it. I do get it. It just, I always wanted to be the one that did the takedown, but it's just not going to happen. I get that. I get it.
Yeah. You'll be a better man for it, Jason. That's what the cards are
saying. I feel that. Like I said, I see the wisdom. I'm just a little bit mad about it. So quit talking about it, Shanta. Just be, just be quiet. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna go sulk and eat a steak. I'm hungry as hell.
All right. I'm gonna have a nice glass of wine.
New Year's resolution for 2026. That's what I'm doing.
There you go. See, I told you that. Isn't that funny? But now we're full circle because that's how I started the show, showing you the devil as getting rid of our habits in Capricorn season.
Well, that's just an epicycle. The real cycle is that 5 years ago in 2021, you literally told me, Jason, you better get ready. Your channel is about to blow up. You said that. Did a reading.
Yeah.
So
I did. And those were my exact words. I said, you get monetized because you're going to blow up.
Yeah,
And
I remember.
And now I'm telling you again, drop this and you're going to do it again.
All right, Mama Shanta.
All right.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to say, I'll talk to you later. I'm going to go ahead and exit you and play my outro. And I look forward to you emailing Big John and scheduling. I think the day after the 17th, or maybe the 19th or 20th, because sometimes the 17th events in the 17th would bleed over into the 18th.
Right, right. Oh, look at that! The clock agrees. So I do have to email him, and you're right.
There it is. There it is. All right, I'll talk to you later, Shanta.
Okay, thank you so much, Jason. It was a lot of fun. Yeah,
it was. Always is.
Okay.
All right, I wanted to cut her off. She's got to go, right? Man, I love that woman, and you know what? She's telling me the real shit, and I deeply appreciate that. And in my past, when I've come across other souls, like Big John will do it too. Big John is not happy about things that come out of my mouth sometimes, and he'll just stop me and he just tell me something straight out. And I have much respect for that. In my personal life, my friends and family know this. I have a very, very short fuse for bullshit. And I can't stand when somebody wants something from me and they've got to waste 2 to 10 of my minutes, which are precious to me, before they get to what they really want. I absolutely respect. I've had people walk up to me and say, "Hey man, I need this right here," and they get it right then and there. I'll give them the permission, or I'll give them cash, whatever. They get it right there because they didn't waste any of my time. They shot straight. We can deal with the details later, whether that was a loan or whether I'm writing that off. But you didn't waste my time and you shot straight. So Shanta shot very straight with those cards, even though she knew I wasn't trying to hear some of that stuff. Even the theory, we started off with the theory that I had, guys, and you know what? She shot that all the way down. I'm cool with that. That's all I ever want from people that are close to me. Shoot straight. I don't care if you hurt my feelings. Don't waste my time. So anyway, yeah. So I've already pledged it to the community. I'm going to stand down. I'm just going to stand down. I am not going to initiate anything. You have to understand. That's all I'm promising. I'm not initiating anything. I'm going to move on. Now, because I have stood down, if these guys all come together and do some special convention calling me out, or you guys already know, I'm going to have to meet that. I'm going to have to meet them halfway. But barring anything like that, I'm done. I'm going to move on. Absolutely move on. Going to do it. So in the spirit of moving on, and you can check out Shanta's links in the description box. Check out her channel, Mystical Fortunes. She talks about all kinds of current events and all that, and she also does personal. She has 2 different channels. They serve different functions. Let me find us another. Let's find us an outro video. Let's find us a good outro video here. Tell you what. I got so many of them. Man, I got so many new intros and outros and all that. So many deals on the song. Let's see. All right, guys. I will definitely talk to you guys later. I am about to go get something to eat.
Light the sky with sacred flame. Wash the world and burn the name. We rise through ashes, rise through pain. Each age reborn through fire and rain.
Yeah, The clock strikes 138, it's written in the code. A cosmic metronome on a loop, divine road. Phoenix flies, fire floods the earth. Civilizations fall just before their rebirth. Atlantis drowned, Terraria buried deep, while cathedrals sing secrets we're forbidden to keep. Mud-fly myths, nah, that's suppressed fact. Truth coded in ruins where the timeline's cracked. Anuna watching from caverns below, pulling strings and cycles they already know. Simulation glitches with a solar scream. Reality rewinds like a lucid dream.
Light the sky with sacred flame. Wash the world and burn the name. We rise through ashes, rise through pain. Each age reborn through fire and rain. What was lost will call us home. Through shifting stars and shattered stone.
Protocol 1388.
It speaks in signs to those who walk beyond the line.
Listen, every monument's a map, every steeple's a gate, aligning Earth's grid to the cycles of fate. Plasma storms crack the dome and break time, revealing the code in geometry's rhyme. The vapor canopy once veiled the stars when giants and gods walked under Mars. Now we sleep in the ruins of a golden dawn, waiting for the fire to reset what's wrong. At least repop from caverns of chrome, while the meek inherit a broken home. But knowledge survives in crystalline veins, and we are the ones who remember the flames.
They buried the truth beneath soot and stone, but you are the echo that won't be erased. You are the ember that survives the storm. You are the key, the seed, the spark. Light the sky